Hi guys, welcome back to Tiflydesigns. Today we're sharing a bunch of cards made using our Happy Mail Love Kit from Sam & Stamp. That's a limited edition kit and it's still available on the site. And I enjoyed making all these cards because I didn't touch the stamp set images. All the die cuts were just perfect. So here we go. So for card number one, I started with a die set that cut out these three flaps. This die is from MFT stamps. So I cut the little flaps and actually use a piece of white cardstock to glue in the back of the little squares. And at first I was going to put fruits, but I decided to go with the little bugs. And I use one of each of the bugs in each little area, and they're just peeking out and they're so cute. So we're going to glue our white piece of cardstock first, and then we're going to add our little critters. Then I wanted to spruce up the outside of the card of the scene and decided to cut a piece of this pattern paper, but then I thought it was too big, kind of took over too much of the card, and I decided on a small little strip that you're going to see in a second. And I knew I was going to put that bouquet of flowers, and I just wanted something that wasn't so big in the front. So I decided on this little strip. So we're going to glue it straight across the top of the square flaps. And then we're going to add our bouquet right on top in the center like so. And I'm adding some foam adhesive to that to give it some dimension. And then we're going to add 3 of small little flower die cuts on the flaps of the squares. I first add it to my white card base, and then we're going to add our little flowers like so. And that's pretty much it for card number 1. For card number 2, I started with a green piece of cardstock, and I'm using some green Simon Says ink to darken the top of it, the edge of the piece of green cardstock, to give it some dimension. And I'm going to glue it to the bottom of my piece of white cardstock. Now I'm using one of my Simon Says ink again to color our sky a little, not too dark. Then we have our die cut bicycle, and we're putting our little Ellie, we're going to call him Ellie, at the top of the bike, as if he's riding the bike and he's going to deliver some flowers. We have the bouquet of flowers in the back of the bike, of his seat. And he's going to be glued on just like so. And then we're going to use some foam adhesive to add him to our scene. Then for the sentiment, I added "Sending You All My Love," which I cut from one of the die cuts, and that's it for card number 2. For card number 3, I cut out all these tags that was on one of the pattern papers, and I'm going to line them up to the front of our card on a piece of a blue cardstock. And we have a blue, a pink, and then a blue, a pink on the other side. And in the center, we're going to place this die cut bottle of hearts right in the middle. Then I add like a number of the die cut hearts as it is flowing into our bottle of love. And since we have so many sentiments within the tags, I didn't add an additional sentiment, and that's it for card number 3. When I saw this little teddy bear, I just fell in love with him, and I knew I was gonna use him for a card. And I have a piece of white cardstock, and I'm gonna use him with this cute little XOXO heart die cut at the bottom. And I think this one is like my total favorite. He's so cute. And I'm just adding some foam adhesive to the heart die cut at the bottom, just to add some dimension. Oops. And we're gonna add it like so, with our little guy peeking at the top. He's so cute. And now we're gonna have a piece of the pattern paper cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and we're gonna add it to a white card base. Then I wanted to kind of spruce him up a little. I wanted to add a little something to the side, and I got a little heart, and I couldn't decide what I want to put or what I want to put. I finally got a little red heart, which we're gonna put just right here. That's perfect spot. Then we're using my Copic marker to give him a little brighter cheeks. Give him brighter cheeks, and go over the pink in his ears. Add a little shadow. And that's it for my favorite guy. And that's it for card number 4. For card number 5, we're going to create a scene where our Love Express truck here would be driving by. And we use a die set from MFT that cuts out a road. And I use some gray cardstock to cut out my street, or road or street. Whatever that is, our truck is going to be driving by that. And we're going to add our express truck like so. And we want to have some balloons flying from the back of the truck. So we're going to add him like so, and then attach our balloons. And I did add another front of a truck in the back. I'm not sure if I have this on my video, but I will add a picture of the final card at the end of the video. You're going to see the front of a second truck in the back. But this is super cute by itself, but I thought when I add the front of the other truck, it was super cool. Then I add a sentiment that says, "Sending you all my love." I got it from one of the die cuts, and I'm using a black gel pen to brighten up the eyes and mouth on the heart, and also the string that's holding the balloon up. And that's it for this card. For card number 6, I'm using this tag, and I have 2 die cuts from the kit. This heart, that's this heart air balloon, and that little tag also. And I add my balloon on the right with the tag on the bottom. And since the tag also has a sentiment to it, I didn't add an additional sentiment. But I didn't like the background pattern paper. Seemed like it was too many hearts happening. So I ended up changing the pattern paper. You see on the next scene from the card. And I'm adding a little flower at, I'm sorry, a little heart at the top of the tag. And right here you can see that I changed the pattern paper in the back. And I think I like this one better. What do you think? Let me know down in the description. Then I'm seeing what else I can add to the scene, but ended up leaving it as is. And that's it for card number 6. Card number 7, I use this die set from MFT, and it's a speech cloud. So I cut it so I can add it to the top of my scene, and as you can see, it's one of the pattern paper turned to the blue side because I want it to look like it's the sky. And I'm adding some foam adhesive, and I'm going to add it to the top so it's like a speech bubble. So we're going to add it to the top of a piece of cardstock, a piece of pattern paper I should say. Then we're going to add this tree branch with the birdie house at the end. And I'm adding some foam adhesive just to add some dimension. And the branch is going to go like so, as if it's out from a tree that you can't see. And we have a little birdie sitting on top. And then I added a little birdie at the top that says hello, some pretty paper at the bottom. And that's it for card number 7. For card number 8, we're using this cute little guy in his airplane. And I'm using this piece of cloud pattern paper, and at the bottom we're using some white cardstock. So I'll fill up my little guy with some foam adhesive, and I'm going to put him just across where the two papers meet. And I ended up cutting off the little tail, but I regretted it afterwards. I should have just left it like that, but I ended up cutting the excess off. So now we have, it says Happy Valentine's, and that's it for card number 8. For card number 9, I'm using this cute little, what's that called? Mailbox. And I'm adding it to a piece of white cardstock. And I wanted to add a little bit more flowers to the bottom of the mailbox. And I'm also adding a piece of green cardstock at the bottom, so it looks like we have some grass also. So we glue everything down. And we cut off the excess at the end. And we're going to add some white cardstock, but I thought the white cardstock needed just a little bit more something. So I add a piece of pattern paper going straight down like so. And the pattern paper also has flowers, so it kind of coordinates with the mailbox. So we're going to glue our mailbox scene like so. Cut off our excess paper, add it to a white card base. And that's it for card number 9. For card number 10, we're creating a scene packed with goodies on a table. We have a piece of pattern paper and we add a piece of red cardstock to the bottom to imitate the top of a table. And we're adding a bunch of food stuff. We have a glass of, look like a float. Then we have a cupcake. We have a cup of cocoa, I guess. And I used one of the donut die cuts and cut a slit at the top of the coffee cup and add the donut as it's dunking into the coffee. And in the front of everything, I add this chocolate covered strawberry. Super cute. Then to finish off the scene, I added this piece of pattern paper that has a bunch of drinks at the bottom. And I'm just going to add it like so. And then just cut off the excess. We added this to a white card, a base. And then we're going to add our sentiment in a little. For the sentiment, I'm stamping. I took the sentiment from one of the stamp sets. This is the first image I'm using from the stamp set. And it says, "You make me smile." I stamp it with some VersaFine ink and add it to the top of my scene. Then I use my Nouveau Glaze and I'm adding it to the top of the cherry, little strawberry, the chocolate strawberry, and also my donut that's being dunked in the coffee, just to add a little dimension to the images. And I also added it to the straw. And that's pretty much it for this card. For card number 11, I'm starting with this pretty striped paper and I add a piece of red cardstock and white cardstock. The red is kind of off-centered and the white is centered. And here we go with the cute little teddy bears again. And first I'm adding this bunch of gifts at the bottom. And then I'm going to add some foam adhesive to my teddy bear that's holding some cute little balloons. And we're going to add it to the top of our presents. Like I said, the die cuts in the kit are so cute and gorgeous that you don't need much. The kit would have been fine with just the die cuts. So cute. So I just add the sentiment. I started out adding the sentiment, but I didn't like it by the end of the card. And you see in the photo for the card which sentiment I went with. But I added a sentiment. Also added some Nouveau Glaze to the two balloons that the teddy's holding. Add some gel pen, black gel pen to his facial parts. And that's it for card number 11. For card number 12, I sprayed the stencil that came in the kit with some pixie spray and adhere it to a piece of white cardstock, and we're using the bubblegum ink pad from Simon Says Stamp to add a little color to our cardstock. So we decided to use the television die cut from the kit, and first I'm adding this piece of pattern paper straight across that I cut from one of the pattern paper in the kit, and I'm adding my little television, which is so cute, right there, and the sentiments are in the television screen. It says stay tuned for an important message, and then at the bottom it says love you. So again, I added some foam adhesive to the back of my television and the little hearts that I put at the top of the television, and that's it for card number 12. For card number 13, we created a little shaker heart to add to our card as a balloon, and we're using these little heart embellishments, and we're adding it to the little shaker pouch, and then we're going to adhere it to a piece of white cardstock so that our shaker elements won't fall out of our pouch. Once we adhere it to a piece of white cardstock, we're going to just cut around it and keep the shape of our heart. Then we add a piece of pattern paper at the bottom of this white piece of cardstock, and we're choosing this die cut bunny. He's so cute, and we add some foam adhesive to him, and he's actually delivering mail, so I figured he can deliver a little pretty bouquet of balloons also. So I cut a piece of black cardstock for the string for our balloon, and we're going to add it, the shaker balloon, like so, and then these two little hearts are going to go in the back as two additional balloons in the scene. Once our balloons were adhered, we added that big mail envelope that says Happy Mail at the bottom of the balloons, as if it's part of the delivery from our little bunny, and added to a pink card base, and that's it for card number 13. For card number 14, I'm using a piece of pattern paper with this beautiful, pretty floral side, and then we also have a pink side. So I decided to fold the paper where we can see both patterns, and I decided I wanted to see more of the pink, so I turned it to the other side. Oop, almost made a mess. So we're gonna adhere our paper and just put it the way you would like it to be, and then I'm adding these two little love cups right above in the pink area, like so. Oops. I add one flat and one, we're going to add some foam adhesive for dimension. And then we're going to add our sentiment to the right, which we cut from our sentiment sheet that came in the kit, and add it to a white card base. And that's it for card number 14. For our 15 and final card, we started with this. When I saw this mailbox, I wanted to do a card with it, so I made sure that I did use it in a card. So I added some piece of pattern paper at the bottom. All these pieces were cut from the pattern paper in the kit, and I adhere it at the bottom. We're going to add our mailbox on top, but first we're going to slit so we could add our Happy Mail envelope at the top, like so. Envelopes. So we glue that to the slit. Then we're going to add some foam adhesive to the back of our mailbox. Then we cut one corner of the white cardstock, and then we're going to adhere our front of our card to this pretty pattern floral paper. Like so. And I wanted that little area to have that little heart coming out, like so. So that's why I cut off the corner. So we added our entire front to our white card base. And that's it for our final card today. So these are the 15 cards that I made. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. I had fun making these cards. I actually enjoyed making these cards. And I love when Simon says bring out kits with die cuts that I love to use. Save me from stamping and die cutting and stuff like that. But I do still enjoy having stamp sets that I love. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video like I said. And if you enjoy, hope you will stay around for a while. Subscribe and let me know what you think and which one was your favorite today. And I will see you guys next time. See ya. Bye.